Um, Education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. With this insightful quote, Vanakkam Vandanam Konnichiwa Annyeong, and a very good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's interactive session on the topic Education Today. உங்க மைண்ட் வாய்ஸ் எனக்கு கேட்டுருச்சு. என்னடா இவ ஜாப்பனீஸ், கொரியன்லலாம் விஷ் பண்றா அப்படின்னு நினைப்பீங்க. இங்க நம்ம ஆடியன்ஸ்ல நிறைய பேர் அனிம் அண்ட் கே சீரிஸ் ஃபேன்ஸ்லாம் இருப்பீங்க. இருக்கீங்களா? பாத்தீங்களா நம்ம பேனல் மெம்பர்ஸ்லயே ஃபேன்ஸ் இருக்காங்க. ஸோ யா, நவம்பர் 11 இஸ் பீங் செலிப்ரேட்டட் அஸ் நேஷனல் எஜுகேஷன் டே, as it happens to be the birth anniversary of Sri Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, a scholar, freedom fighter, and the first education minister of independent India. Maulana Azad's contribution across the fields of education, communal harmony, and journalism have been duly recognized, and he was posthumously awarded the Bharat Ratna. If we got to speak about this great personality, it takes hours and hours to finish the speech. Actually, we all know, இன்னைக்கு நவம்பர் 12, பட் சில நாட்களா நம்ம சிங்கார சென்னையில பெரும் வெள்ளம் ஏற்பட்டதால் எப்படியாச்சும் நம்ம மக்களுக்கு கண்டென்ட்டை கொண்டு போய் சேர்க்கணுங்கிற ஒரே குறிக்கோளோட இருந்ததால we all are gathered here and making this session a informative one. So with no more delay, let's kickstart our discussion. I'm Kirtana Satyakumar, freshman CSE, moderator of today's panel discussion, and here we have our most talented speakers of the day, Rudra Kumar and Deepashri from CSE, Niharika from ANDS, Yashwant from Mechanical. Our friends will be discussing on today's topic, and I will bring your questions and ideas onto the stage. So, అందరూ chat box లో మీ opinions ని షేర్ చేయండి. అండ్ எல்லாருக்கும் நல்லபடியா క్లాసెస్ స్టార్ట్ ఆగిరుச்சுன்னு நினைக்கிறேன் ఆఫ్టర్ వెరీ వెరీ లాంగ్ హాలిడేస్. అండ్ చాలా రోజుల తర్వాత క్లాసెస్ మళ్ళీ స్టార్ట్ అవ్వడంతో హోప్ఫుల్లీ ఎవ్రీబడి ఆర్ డూయింగ్ వెల్ అండ్ ఎంజాయింగ్ ద క్లాసెస్. ఐ నో టు బీ హానెస్ట్ కొంచెం అనాయింగా இருக்கலாம், இங்க கூட எஜுகேஷனா டாபிக் அப்படின்ட்டு. டோன்ட் பேனிக் கைஸ், this is going to be a fun filled and informative session, as I said earlier. So let's have this session as a package of eye opening, interactive, and a chill one amidst our engaging class schedule. And without further delay, let's get started. Over to Rudra.
Thank you for that amazing start, Kirtana. After the pandemic, there has been many changes in the way we learn in schools, colleges, and almost everywhere else. It is easier to connect with the teachers and learn more concepts with presentations and more examples. And it is so much easier to track your progress with Google Classrooms. It is also easier to cross-reference and correct our assignments and work, so as we can instantly ask teachers and professors for help. Relearning concepts is now lightning fast with the access to information we have from the internet. And now you can also access a tremendous amount of information through online platforms like Udemy, Coursera, edX, and more. Now, I can't only talk about the good things that have happened without mentioning some of the things we have lost during this time. It is very sad to see that we can't really interact with the other classmates like we used to when we were still going to college or school. Food now tastes a little less tastier because we don't have our friends to experience it with us. It has become harder to focus on one thing since it's very easy to get distracted by video games and media on our computers. Some of us couldn't really keep up with the evolution of learning as we couldn't get a proper internet connection, or we just didn't have a laptop or phone to work with. Most of us couldn't cope with online classes since there wasn't a proper feeling like it was a classroom. No one could really focus. We could just turn off our cameras and do whatever we wanted, eat the food that our moms gave us. We have lost some of the emotional support we've had with our seniors, our peers, our classrooms, even our teachers. And some of us had to grow prematurely since COVID has taken some people from us. But ultimately, COVID has changed our way of life forever, and even more so to education today. Over to Deepashri.
Yeah, as Rudra said, everything has its pros and cons. Become a pro to handle the cons. On that note, here we have Deepashri and Niharika to discuss the challenges we face in the education system during the pandemic.
So, hello everyone. I am Deepa Shri from Computer Science Department here for today's explosive panel discussion. And as we're going to take up the part of discussing what all obstacles do we face in the education during this pandemic, I'll let you all first know that the World Bank, UNESCO, and UNICEF has taken a step to recapture education after this pandemic by setting a mission called Restoring Education in 2021. So now my friend Niharika will be taking over the stage.
Thank you, Deepashri. Hi, everyone. I'm Niharika from AIDS department. So right before jumping into the context, let me ask a question to you guys. Did the pandemic affect our productivity? Cast your votes on the poll. Let's see how many of you guys were productive even during this pandemic. Let me repeat the question. Did the pandemic affect our productivity? Yeah. It seems like many of you guys opted yes. It's completely all right, guys. All of us were not able to accept the pandemic, so things went wrong. Yeah. COVID-19 pandemic resulted in the rise of e-learning. This situation led to the debates on whether e-learning is good alternative to classroom learning. Let's all take a moment to appreciate the fact that we all gathered in this web jam without facing any challenges. என்னதான் மழை புயல் வெள்ளம் வந்து உலகமே தலைகீழானாலும் நம்ம காலேஜ் இந்த மாதிரி ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் என்டர்டெய்னிங்கா வச்சுக்க இந்த மாதிரி வண்டர்ஃபுல் பிளாட்ஃபார்ம்ல நம்மள இங்க கேதர் பண்ணிருக்காங்க சச் அமேசிங் ஃபீச்சர்ல which is helping us even during this tough time. For some, this has been a small move, but for others, this is a complete new way of education. Many schools in India have also adapted to the new normal of e-learning with varying degrees of success. Can you believe this, friends? A recent survey showed that more than 80% of students and parents were happy with online lessons. எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சு நான் எதுவும் ஆன்லைன் கிளாஸ்க்கு ஓகே சொன்ன மாதிரி ஞாபகம் இல்லை. நீங்க ஏதாவது இந்த மாதிரி சர்வேக்கு எஸ் சொன்னீங்களா? சாட் பாக்ஸ்ல சொல்லுங்க. Okay, it seems like many of you guys said no. ஏதோ ஸ்கேம் நடந்திருக்குன்னு நினைக்கிறேன் guys. With the advent of COVID-19, e-learning seems to be one of the safest and easiest ways to impart education for acquiring new skills, exploring new career options, or for that matter, new hobby development. E-learning is now applicable for not only to learn academics, but also to conduct extracurricular activities for students, informative online sessions, online conferences, and webinars like this one. The demand for e-learning has risen significantly and will continue doing so as society starts adapting to social distancing post this pandemic. As with most teaching methods, e-learning also has its positives and negatives. Understanding these will help in creating strategies for more efficient delivery of the lessons and measuring its effectiveness. At a younger age, learning is learned through playing and through actual peer interactions. This, unfortunately, was not possible. Further, one also does not know whether more use of gadgets at a younger age will be helpful. Probably not, and rather, an actual book reading would be more advisable. நம்ம ஸ்கூல்ல படிக்கும் போதெல்லாம் நம்ம பேரண்ட்ஸ்லாம் won't allow us to use electronic gadgets during the study time, right? But இப்போலாம் புக்ஸையே ரெஸ்ட்ரிக்ட் பண்ணி கேஜெட்ஸ்லயே படிக்கிற மாதிரி இருக்கு. However, since there was no choice, the role of parents, teachers, and older siblings becomes very important to ensure that gadgets are correctly used. The most important challenge for students, of course, was paying attention. Frankly, one cannot blame them. It is not easy to have the same focus and concentration for online coaching as it's towards classroom coaching, especially for several hours a day. The standard online education is still out of reach of many students in our school, colleges, and university who have limited or no access to computers and internet connectivity at home. Here are some challenges that we face during the e-learning: focus deficit, technology issues, lack of social interaction, screen time management, less accessible, lack of technology. While all modes of learning have their benefits and drawbacks, after the current crisis, it is clear that some form of blended learning will evolve with e-learning, forming a crucial part of the overall teaching learning process. Over to Deepashri to give you all a brief explanation about the challenges that we face during our e-learning. Deepashri, take over the stage.
So yeah, thanks Keetana. And right before getting into our discussion, let me put up a situation that we all faced in the online classes, which no one of us can deny. Okay, fine. It will be a bright, energetic morning, and we'll be looking into the mirror, grooming ourselves beautifully, and we'll be like, I'm all set to answer in the class when our teachers put up questions to us. Right there, we'll be hearing a voice from the kitchen. Kanna, did you have your breakfast which you kept on your table? And that will be none other than our lovable and affectionate moms. And also, we'll be all set to switch on our cameras, like keeping all the visual effects ready and so on. And right behind us, there will be our siblings or family members doing some crazy things. And our teacher will be like, who's there right behind you, ma? Instead of asking you the question which you were supposed to. So கண்டிப்பா உங்களுக்கும் இந்த மாதிரி சிச்சுவேஷன் நடந்திருக்கும். எஸ்னா chat boxல போடுங்க guys. Come on, let's be honest, okay? Okay, yeah. So we are receiving more yes. Okay, and now getting into the actual obstacles or challenges, the first point I would say is it is not appropriate for all. It is a well-known fact that students have a dominant learning style. Some are visual, some auditory, and some kinesthetic, etc. E-learning, which requires a child to sit in front of a device and understand the lesson, may not be suited to all learning styles. So even I will accept this point because I'm a person like I would write an exam or test only when I listen to the classes properly. So even do you guys go by my point? Yeah, so we have our panel members also nodding their head. And yeah, the second challenge we face here is focus deficit. Some students tend to lose focus for a longer period during virtual lectures. Boredom occurs easily as there is a lack of face-to-face interaction. It becomes imperative for the teachers to keep their online classes crisp and interactive enough to help students grasp everything. So go ahead. Are you guys really be attentive in all the classes of a day's schedule? Okay, I am getting a lot of no answers. I am not. Okay, done. Okay, guys. Then I'll share you the next problem. Okay, the next challenge we face here is technology issues. While internet penetration has grown over the past 12 months in India, the current infrastructure, especially in smaller towns, can pose a problem. Any break in the data connectivity can cause a lack of continuity in the learning of the child, which can be detrimental. Additionally, if a child is technophobic, he may face difficulties in learning too. And the next challenge we face here is lack of social interaction. Human beings learn a lot by simply being around other human beings, and unfortunately, e-learning takes away all physical interactions that students and teachers might have on the school premises. It's always better for students to be around other students to talk or discuss ideas, which is an essential part of learning. And peer learning certainly takes a hit here. And the next challenge we face here is managing screen time. We get so much of health hazards of staring at a screen continuously for hours. And the next goes here is e-learning is limited. E-learning has a limitation regarding the use of learning methodology. There are certain aspects of education that should be accessed or studied practically in the classroom only, which cannot be done in an online class. And the next one goes here is e-learning is less accessible. Not all students have the access to a smartphone or PC or laptop. So students in rural areas as well as in slum areas of the city don't have smart devices like smartphones, tablets, laptops, and PCs, or internet to access the e-learning or online learning. So if a student doesn't have access to an electronic device and internet, then it's not possible for them to learn. And the next challenge we face here is technological knowledge required for e-learning. So if a student is not familiar with electronic devices, then it's hard for him to learn via e-learning. For e-learning, computer or smartphone literacy is a must, which is not possible for many who are in rural areas as they don't even have access to these electronic devices. So not only students, even teachers also face some challenges like e-learning demands the teachers to be technology friendly, which unfortunately is not always the case. teachers need to invest more time in aligning themselves with the latest technology updates to ensure they can conduct their online classes seamlessly. And of course, yeah, no one would have guessed that a virus like COVID 19 would come, and without differentiating, it will alter the lifestyle of people. So, due to COVID 19, many changes came to our world, and it took some time for everyone to adopt the new normal. The COVID 19 impact was everywhere, which resulted in the closure of schools and other educational institutions. Initially, most governments have decided to temporarily close the schools to reduce the impact of COVID 19. Later, it was reopened for a few grades, which increased the number of infection rates again, and then they closed it again. And as I said before, the schools are closed. Students are attending their classes through various education initiatives like online classrooms and radio programs, etc. Though it is a good thing happening, on the other side, there are lots of students who don't have the resources to attend the online classes and suffer a lot. Many students are struggling to obtain the gadgets required for their online classes. And teachers, who are all experts in blackboard, chalks, books, and classroom teaching, are really new to this digital teaching. But they're adopting the new methods and handling it like a pro to aid the students in the current position. But on the negative side, many teachers are looking for an alternative job to support their families. Educated parents are supporting their children throughout the pandemic, but we need to understand that there are some illiterate parents and their feeling of helplessness to help their children in their education. There are students in India who come to school just because they can get food. The Great Midday Meal Scheme has helped many children who couldn't bring their food from the home to get their nutrition. Because of the closure of the schools, many students were suffering from not having enough food for their survival. And also, there is always a delay or cancellation of exams, which leads to confusion for many students, and there is no room for curriculum. Most of the school-going children are involved in child labor to support their families. There is a lot of chance that the education of female children and transgender children will affect, as their parents may see the financial and opportunity costs of doing so. This pandemic has not only affected the students, but also the low-budget institutions and schools, resulting in close down of the same. There are both positive and negative matters happening around us amid the COVID-19. Technology paves the way for education, helping the students and teachers to connect virtually through online classrooms, webinars, digital exams, and so on. But the sad truth is that it is not available to many students all over the nation. Everything is happening for the well-being of the students so that they can stay safe at home without getting affected by the life-threatening virus. Actually, we are not ready for this, but it came. So we have to go through this together. But we have to update the infrastructure and should think of ways to undertake this situation and provide education to every child amid the pandemic if we face something precisely like this in the future to aid the forthcoming generation. So all I would say is stay home and stay safe, guys, until we get over this pandemic. And I'm damn sure that the days are not too far to get over the old and golden days again. Thank you so much, and over to Keetana.
Thank you, Deepashri, for your wonderful words. And I'm sure of one thing, the challenges will be successfully met, and the students who are our future will make the world a better place. Now, Yashwant will be speaking on the effects of students' well-being and mental health due to the pandemic, and also the solution for these challenges.
Hi everyone, I'm Yashwant Kumar from Mechanical B. I hope everyone is enjoying your holiday. I took an Ola boat to join this meet actually, as Chennai is a big swimming pool right now. Coming to the topic, student mental health and well-being is a very important topic, especially after this pandemic. And I think there should be more awareness about it. I mean, how many of you felt anxious and stressed during pandemic? How many of you have paranoia about life going back to the way it was? Comment down your thoughts in the chat box. As I can see, many of you felt the same. In the face of global COVID-19 pandemic, school and colleges have confronted unprecedented challenges as they quickly shift classes to an online format. This has caused disruption to our daily routines and the way of learning. The UNESCO Director General, Audrey Azoulay, warned that the global warming scale and speed of current educational disruption is unparalleled. The pandemic itself has caused much worry, stress, and grief. These caused mental health challenges and affected the well-being of school and college students. It also causes symptoms to appear for people who may experience pre-existing mental health challenges. Most of us have lost substantial instructional time and may not be ready for curricula that are age and grade appropriate prior to the pandemic. They will require remedy instruction to get back on track. When the school and colleges are closed up, some of us lock ourselves inside the room for weeks, refusing to take showers, leave our beds, some even experiencing loss of appetite and sleep problems. For some people, there will be considerable difficulties adjusting back to normal life when school resumes. Sleep difficulties and nightmare might be attributable to the fear and uncertainties, physical and social isolation during the period staying at home. Students with special needs are affected the most, such as those with autism spectrum disorder, and are also at risk. They can be frustrated and short-tempered when the daily routines are disrupted. There was rise in student anxiety level and stress during this pandemic. Many of us felt unmotivated and found difficult to concentrate for a long period of time. Social media addiction among people had also increased significantly as the average watch time of content streaming and social media apps were tripled, and I bet I contributed to increasing. According to the poll by Student Counseling Group Hong Yang Club in March 2020, over 20% of 757 candidates surveyed said that stress level were at the maximum of 10 out of 10. Social distancing measure costs result in social isolation in abusive home, where abuse is likely exaggerated during the time of economic and uncertainty stresses. Regular physical activity is one of the most effective ways to adopt healthier lifestyle and keep your mind calm too. However, not much is known about the long-term mental health effects of large-scale diseases outbreaks on children and adolescents. While there is some research of psychological impact of severe acute respiratory syndrome (SARS) on patients and healthcare workers, not much is known about the effects of ordinary citizens. Evidence is especially scarce in children and adolescents. This is an important gap for research, said by student well-being specialists. As pandemic continues, it is important to support children and adolescents facing depression, social anxiety. There is also a need to monitor young people's mental health status over the long term and to study how prolonged school closures, strict social distancing measures, and pandemic itself affect the well-being of adolescents.
Fine, fine, fine. I would like all the audience to interact with us in the chat box. It would be nice.
We are ready for the questions.
So Venkatraman says it was like a hell being within the four walls and looking towards a single display for a couple of hours together. What do you say, guys?
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
It's definitely true, Ketana. We all been there, and that should. After the pandemic, we will hope that we will get together and have fun in the colleges.
It's totally understandable.
Yeah.
Right. It's totally understandable how Venkatraman feels, but for some of us, the laptop or phone, whatever it may be, is more of an escape because we also get to watch a lot of other people having fun, or we could play games ourselves and experience new worlds. Although productivity was still low, I can relate to what Venkatraman is saying. For some people, it just may be another jail cell.
So Pankaj has said that social media are major cause of distraction.
Agreed, dude. Agreed. You guys couldn't have probably have noticed, but I was on Instagram just before Kirtana finished. Even I'm prone to distraction, dudes.
We agree that point, but during this lockdown, we couldn't have survived without those social media.
Yeah. There's no other option also.
In the first world, survival is just having internet access.
And the social media which helped us overcome the boredom was also the reason for the procrastination, actually.
Of course, yeah. Got the point.
Atisha asked, don't you think introverts enjoy online classes?
Yes, obvious.
Yes.
Even some extroverts enjoy online classes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On online mode, we can't enjoy practical learning and thinking. Shri says.
As Deepashri mentioned before, online mode we can't enjoy practical learning or social experiences, but online also has its own benefits, like access to information immediately. I agree that the benefits do not outweigh the losses, but for now, since it is a pandemic time, healthcare and learning were probably the two most essential things in our generation, because our generation is probably the ones that are most affected because of this. The previous generations didn't have that much internet access, and we have so much internet access without any social access now. We've experienced that much, but just imagine about the students who are entering their social life, like 8th graders, 9th graders. They have it worse because they're entering the age where they're supposed to be with more people, but they can't.
Subhikshini says, socializing was easier in online classes through the chat box for introverts. Agreed.
Nishan says, addiction to social media made me choose engineering else.
Tanya says, watching anime made me pass through quarantine smoothly. I know, I finished my entire list, dude.
Agree,
Dr.
Tanya.
Stone, Assassination. Yeah, I feel like I
As
finished
I
my
said
entire
in
anime.
intro, there are lots of fans for
Anime
anime.
fans.
Yeah.
Anime fans, right?
Okay, Jayashree
Oh,
is saying that this pandemic gave us a chance to interact and enjoy with our family.
Pankaj has a very opposite take on that end. He says this technology and mobiles have isolated everyone and we've lost interest in interacting with friends and family. It's true, but there's also the opposite ending. Libiraj
Yeah.
Kirti, anime is awesome. How many people like anime here?
I do.
I know, even I do, dude. You finished One Piece? No, dude, I haven't started. I finished Naruto Shippuden.
Guys, come to the content, guys.
I know, today's about education. Only education.
We are
We'll have a
going.
separate web jam for anime.
Oh, there are
Lot of people like
lots
anime.
of yeah.
Anime fans.
Not familiar. Can you explain about it? I don't know if I can explain about it, dude. There's too much content.
Vidya says people who has a habit of self-study would have found pandemic very productive, but people who require an institutional environment find it difficult. Is that the same for others? Obviously, I feel the same.
Yeah.
It's a little
Obviously,
bit of
yeah.
both
We
because
accept.
some people they work really good, have a separate space to focus. Like, I have my bed like right over there, and I have my desk over here. I am happy that I have a separate desk because I could get work done on the desk, right? The problem is not a lot of people can between like bedroom and office, right? Because some people need that area to work. I'm one of those people, but then I don't need that much space.
Pranesh Pandian says we lost many important causes of the pandemic, such as farewells. I agree with you.
Yeah.
But Chairman Sir gave us a hope that there will be an event offline. Let's hope for that.
Yeah,
There will
yeah,
be
yeah.
a lot of upcoming events online.
Yeah. Um,
Please talk about Center of Excellence in CI.
CI.
Chandravel, there's a YouTube. There's like the previous web jam which we had was a chairman conversation, which me, Deepashi, and Kitna were at. There is a version on YouTube where you can watch the entire length of the conversation, and he talks very much in depth about the centers of excellence, PG studies, like courses offered in CIT for helping you clear your masters. Anything and everything that you want to know about career guidance or your future, you can go watch that video. Abhishek Das says, "Yeah, we can enjoy. I mean, we can eat during class. That's epic." Like as I said, yeah, sure, you can eat, but you should focus on class, dude. During R Naveen says, during the pandemic, watching series and movies is useful? Question mark. It depends because I saw actually two documentaries on Netflix. There's this one documentary called The Social Dilemma. It explains how social media changes the world's way of thinking in seconds, if not milliseconds, subconsciously. Like it's really, really good documentary. I recommend people watching it. What department are you guys in? Sijo Danish. I don't know if I pronounced your name right. I'm sorry. I am in CSA.
I'm from CIC.
I'm
And
from
Niharika.
mechanical.
I'm from AIDS.
And Deepesh, Kirtana is not here, but she's also CSE. Prashantvi, I hope what he says does not come true because it is very detrimental to me that does not happen. He says, guys, what happens if our college life ends as online class completely? It's a
Vigneshwaran
scary
has
thought.
an interesting question actually. So he's asking how much ever data pack you have, that is not going to be sufficient. Always have an add-on pack. Agree.
Agreed. Can you repeat with the documentary is The Social Dilemma. The Social Dilemma.
Abhishek says, I feel social media is like a black hole. If you are sucked inside, you're gone forever. I do agree, Abhishek Das. Because there is a lot of people who are addicted to social medias and games like PUBG, Call of Duty. Even I am addicted to Call of Duty and PUBG. And
Do you have any? Wait. Wait, someone's asking, what is the purpose of this webinar? Were you here for the last 30 minutes? Dhyaneshwar and PA. Okay, so the purpose of this specific webinar is about education today. How the pandemic, well, we talked about a lot of things. Mainly about how education changed the way we learn. Sorry, how the pandemic changed the way we learn during the pandemic, right? So changes in education after the pandemic, student mental health, loss of access. There was a lot of topics which we talked about. Do you have any? Okay, so Chandravel Lanke is asking, do you have any idea? Again, there's this 1 hour to 2 hour long conversation which we had with Chairman Sir. You can go watch that YouTube video, and he'll talk about freelancing, entrepreneurship, startups in CIT, incubation centers in CIT, centers of excellence, like whatever you want to know about education or your future, go watch that video. It's very, very informational. Venkatraman is asking, my experience was, it was like hell being within the four walls and looking at a single display for a couple hours. What about yours? For me personally, I didn't really mind it that much because, first off, I play video games, so that's like an escape for me. It wasn't really that impactful. I guess you could say it did make me gain a little weight, but it was fine for me. I wasn't tortured by that experience, you could say.
Haripriya is asking, which mode of class do you like, online or offline?
Offline.
Go with offline.
Definitely offline.
Yeah.
Conditionals. I would prefer online for proper like classroom stuff and offline for the socialism. So like for the morning half, for the first 5 hours of college will be like all online, and then we'll come in the evening for like all the project works and stuff like that.
Rishikesh is saying actually social media is not addiction in today's life. It is more important. I think so, and it's all about technology. Yeah, I agree because all the updates, all the tech updates are being updated in social medias only. Neither any place like newspaper. We don't get anything like right. So yeah, what do you think, Deepashri, about this?
Of course, yeah.
I disagree because, for one thing, whatever you see online can be easily manipulated because people can make you see what they want you to see, right? So social media is not truth, is more like what people want you to see, right? So you should always take that with a little bit of grain of salt, saying that this is what they want to show you to make themselves feel better, right? You shouldn't take that as this is what is happening to them, right? Because I could easily like show you a picture of this water bottle and I say I lost 5 kgs today. That doesn't make what I said true, right? So just be careful about what you read or do on social media, because not all of it is true.
And Shaktivel has commented that offline class and online exam is best.
Okay, shall we end the session, guys? Navin is saying in CS terms, pandemic is the bug and online class is the feature.
Okay. I think more. I agree with you, and that's very smart what you did. That's very, very smart.
Murugan is asking tips for first sem. நாங்களும் உங்க கூட தான் இருக்கோம்.
Bros, our first year is. I joined CIT in the year 2021. Okay, like I'm in the same boat as you.
We all are.
Shrihari says that leading our life in a wrong way or in a correct way purely depends on us. Social media and pandemic will not be responsible for that. You guys agree with that?
Thumbs up.
Definitely.
Yeah. It's in our hands, right?
There is no right and wrong. There's just a moral compass that guides everyone. Aren't there teachers in this meeting? No, there's just it's just us five and you guys. Yes. I'm searching for that. He's asking for the link for that 1 hour conversation with the chairman. Yeah, I'll get it to you. Just 1 minute.
S. Logesh said that due to online classes, our eye power reduced and spectacle power increased. You can see I'm also wearing glasses and everyone.
We all are.
Everyone of us. Everyone of us.
It's 100% true, Logesh.
How about your experience in this webinar?
I don't think my opinion on this would help. You guys talk.
This is my first webinar. I'm quite excited.
Are you all first year students?
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course,
Yeah, first year students.
Guys, I think I found a solution to the problem. Let's just have like a huge ID card saying first years. I don't think people will believe that even if we do that.
So Jayashree has commented, wonderful session, guys. Loved every part of it. Thank you so much,
you so
Jayashree.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Sorry, I didn't catch that. What did you say? Wonderful session, guys. Loved every part of it. Oh, that's sweet. Thank you.
Harishwa, you four are from PIC. Which section are you from? No,
Not
I'm from
four,
mechanical.
actually.
I'm
We three are
mechanical.
from, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so with this, our session comes to an end. Today's day was really a day of education. You guys are really a great listeners and we really enjoy sharing our knowledge with you people. We really admire the way we interacted and discussed on today's topic. Wholeheartedly, we must thank our college management for letting us conduct this wonderful session. And thanks to my wonderful team and enthusiastic onlookers for attending and making this event even more grateful. Thank you all.